I just recall my recollection of William Friedkin at the time was that, you know, not speaking ill of the dead because he was a great director, I think, but he was very much saw himself as a wunderkind and as like this. He was kind of a control freak on the set, and you know there was all the rage
Hmm.
about him. He was young. He had just won Best Picture. He had this big movie. He was going to do The Exorcist,
Right.
and he was very full of himself and
Right.
very,
Yeah, I've
very
heard that
much
too.
the
Yep.
auteur. You know, I remember him even discussing at that time in conversations how the director was basically the whole film. It was all the director. You know, he saw himself in the kind of the mold of a Stanley Kubrick, and I think that was probably true of Stanley Kubrick. You know, it was like the whole film was him. You know,
Right.
uh, and I
Right.
think he was probably seeing himself in that mold a little bit at the time. You know, but anyway, what I was going to say is that it turned out to be the perfect combination. You know, because my dad was sort of the you know, he was sort of the heart and soul of the movie because he was so invested in it emotionally.
Right. Right.
And
Yep.
Friedkin was able to give what they call that documentary feel to it. And, you
Right.
know, my dad wanted the message out about faith and so on. And my dad can get carried away with that. And there can be too much, in my mind, too much conversation on screen. And Friedkin was like, no, we don't want these conversations. We're just going to show them, you
Right.
know, and we're going to shock
Right.
them and we're going to entertain them. So, you know, that dynamic between them, the constant interplay turned out to be a really good thing for that movie.
Right.
You know,
Right.
even though they were
Um,
constantly battling one another.